1872, workers at the Cavite arsenal enjoyed exemptions from tribute and forced labor, privileges suddenly revoked by Governor General Escuerdo. On January 20, 1872, mistaking fireworks for a pre-arranged signal, La Madrid's 200 men attacked Spanish officials and seized the arsenal. Escuerdo dispatched reinforcements. The mutiny collapsed when Manila's rebels failed to arrive. La Madrid and others were killed. Escuerdo blamed Filipino priests, Burgos, Zamora, and Gomez for plotting rebellion. They were tried and sentenced to death. On February 17, 1872, the Gomburza were executed by Garut in Bagong Bayan. Their deaths ignited Filipino nationalism. The Cavite Mutiny became a catalyst for independence. The Gomburza's sacrifice inspired generations to fight for freedom. Today, we delve into the Cavite Mutiny of 1872 through the eyes of Trinidad Pardo de Tavera, a prominent Filipino scholar and intellectual. His account offers a unique perspective, challenging the official Spanish narrative.
The Cavite event was simply a mutiny of the native soldiers and workers in Cavite Arsenal.
Tavera believed that the uprising was not a grand conspiracy to overthrow Spanish rule, but rather a localized mutiny fueled by the grievances of those working within the Cavite arsenal. These individuals, composed of native soldiers and laborers, were deeply disheartened by the removal of privileges they had long enjoyed.
I place the blame squarely on Escuerdo for his policies.
Tavera specifically pointed to Governor General Rafael D. Escuerdo's policies as the root cause of the discontent. These policies included the removal of the aforementioned privileges from the arsenal workers and soldiers. According to Tavera's report, on January 20, 1872, approximately 200 men consisting of soldiers, arsenal laborers, and residents of Cavite, led by Sergeant La Madrid, took up arms. They assassinated the commanding officer and other Spanish officers they encountered.
The news about the mutiny reached authorities in Manila.
Upon hearing of the uprising, Governor General Escuerdo immediately ordered the reinforcement of Spanish troops to Cavite. Within 2 days, the mutiny was officially declared subdued and the rebellion was quashed.
Escuerdo used the Cavite mutiny as an attempt to portray the Filipinos as plotting to people the Spanish government.
Tavera was convinced that Escuerdo seized upon the event to paint a picture of a widespread conspiracy involving not only local soldiers but also the native population of Manila and Cavite, with particular emphasis on the Filipino priests.
For D. Tavera, your account of the Cavite Mutiny, it differs so greatly from the official Spanish history.
Yes, the official version.
History, my young friend, is often written by the victors, and the Spanish, they are certainly victorious that day.
But why would they distort the truth?
Power, my dear.
Guido saw unfortunately a small part of this content easily extinguished, but he found the flame into a raging inferno conspiracy.
He needed a scapegoat. He
needed to justify his heavy-handed rule. And who better to blame than the rising tide of Filipino nationalism?
The priests, you believe they were innocent?
Innocent of sedition, yes. Were they advocating for reforms? For greater rights for Filipinos? Undoubtedly, but were they floating a violent overthrow of the government? I find that highly improbable.
But the execution, the public spectacle,
Calculated act of terrors to silence dissent, to remind of the Filipino of their place,
and Sergeant Ramadrid, the soldiers,
and pushed to the edge, frustrated by injustice. They acted rashly, yes, but they were not mastermind of the grand conspiracy.
so what was it then? This mutiny?
A symptom, my friend, a symptom of a much deeper malaise. A yearning for something more, a desire for dignity, a longing for freedom. Remember this young woman. The truth, like a seed, may be buried for a time, but it will always find a way to sprout. It is our duty to nurture it, to protect it until it blossoms into the light.
Governor Scardor imposed taxes and forced labor. Dati, exempted ang mga Filipino workers, pero biglang nawala yung mga pribilehiyo nila, kaya sila nagalit.
Ano to? Ba't talaga na sa sahod ko? So, ayun ako sa'yo. Dati libre lang tayo sa forced labor, subalit ngayon kailangan na nating magtrabaho nang wala man ng bayad. Hindi na ito makatarungan.
Tama. Kung ganito, kailangan na natin mag-alta.
On January 20, 1872, about 40 infantry soldiers and 20 artillerymen took over Fort San Felipe.
Mga kasama, tagumpay na! Pakitanin lang tulong ng kanyon!
They fired cannons to declare their victory. Akala nila matatapos na dito, pero
Teka, nasaan yung mga 7 infantry? Hindi ba sila sasama?
Teka lang, bakit parang sila pa yung lumalapit? Yung may armas?
instead of helping, their comrades attacked them. Natakot ang mga nakalsa.
Lagot tayo! Isa lang gate, bilis!
Kaya malinaw, this was not a revolution. It was just the anger of Filipino workers, burdened by taxes and forced labor.
And that is the Edmond Plashu version of the Cavite Mutiny.